Hollywood wants a battle royale with newly returned President Donald J. Trump. But that's not all. The studios now want you also to believe that they're responsible for his success, only they're not responsible that way. What are we talking about? Well, we'll show you the latest, and it's from a Hollywood Trade. You know, the kind of publication that typically talks about movies and streaming shows. But no, they're in it now for Orange Man Bad. Hello folks, welcome back to the channel that is coming to you from a studio in somewhere sunny USA, where we say every single day that you can make the world a better place, and we hope that you will choose to do so. Folks, you can help this video also go out farther, wider, and to places beyond imagination by clicking the like button, and we will get underway with a panel that you just simply will not believe, with the kind of information that you need to keep you ahead of the culture curve. Here we go. All right, folks, here's the story for the day. The Hollywood Reporter. Hollywood apparently wants war with Donald Trump, and YouTube, we mean that figuratively and metaphorically, but that's what they want. They're saying it's going to happen, but they also want to take success for the Trumpster. We'll show you what we mean. They want both sides of this. Stephen Zichkik, I don't know, but he's down there. How Donald Trump will war with Hollywood while swiping all its tricks. No presidente has ever relied as much on the operating principles of the entertainment business, and none has ever had such a fraught relationship with it. The article says this: a protagonist can only be as compelling as the forces of antagonism, Robert McKee once said. Oh, deep. And while Donald Trump surely never took a screenwriting class, he instinctively understands this and many other axioms of Hollywood storytelling. Basically, what they want to say here is that all the things that he does, it's just acting. It's not real. He's just a puppeteer. More than any national politician in history, the incoming president, who was inaugurated on a cold Washington, D.C. afternoon Monday, has relied on the mechanisms of modern entertainment, starting with his perpetual casting of Hollywood as the villain, because Hollywood, of course, must be the center of everything. Yet even as he continues to find ways to bring together backroom politics and backlot note-giving, Trump in his second term is poised to have a more complex relationship with the entertainment business than with almost any other industry, plunging its interests into financial and legislative uncertainty. Whatever you think of him, Trump's appropriation of Hollywood techniques is a fresh notch on the political belt. Ronald Reagan, who actually came from Hollywood, relied on some of the methods honed in this town, including the art of the Oval Office speech. See? Reagan also, all his success due to Hollywood, a primetime magician in the network television era. But he often transcended its manipulations, choosing statesmanship over showmanship. Trump has never met a TV trick he didn't like. I.e., Trump has never transcended, according to the Hollywood Reporter. And folks say to Pro, oh, Pro, there you go, Pro, you're covering politics again. You always said it's not a political channel. It's like, well, I'm reading from the Hollywood Reporter. Like, what do you want me to do? This is all the entertainers are doing now. This is all the celebrities will talk about. This is changing the whole world. Like, we got to talk about it. It's crazy. It's crazy that the Hollywood Reporter is here giving us deep analysis into how Trump does what he does. The Hollywood Reporter. So no, I'm not going to put on the kitty gloves and say, well, we're not going to touch them because, you know, they're doing Trump again and we're just not going to go. No, we'll go where they're going because that's what they need us to do. All right, continue right along. His skills as a reality television barker are rightly touted. In the first White House go-round, they allowed him to make a virtue out of chaos. If it wasn't always clear he knew what he was doing, we still tuned in to see what he would do. You don't have to be here to make friends, just ratings. His escape from, this is what is so egregious. His escape from death on a field in Butler, Pennsylvania had echoes of John Wick repeatedly dodging threats to his life. What in the world? Folks, let that settle in for a moment, that the writer from the Hollywood Reporter is comparing Trump being shot in the ear to John Wick, but not as if he's really a hero or anything. It's because they're saying that he has stagecraft. I mean, these people, I mean, this is some kind of mental, I don't know. They're possessed. He regularly uses the more is more ethos of modern tentpoles, aiming with his boast to create a bigger effect than Paul Atreides riding a sandworm. So it goes on and on, it goes on. And it basically says that Trump has mastered the art of manipulating through, the Hollywood arts. And at the same time, Hollywood is ready to go to war with Trump. And here's what I think. I think that Hollywood has been utterly defeated. I think the Los Angeles Times, in the last couple of days, when they said that Hollywood was the de facto arm of the Democrat Party and that they'd lost the culture war, I think that's right. And I don't think you have to be on any part of the political aisle to recognize this and say, yeah, like the culture has shifted dramatically. And I think that it's a backlash to the censorship era that we saw. And there was an effort to move us into a very, very China-like marketplace of ideas. By that, I mean that the government would step in and say, you're not allowed to have that marketplace of ideas. In fact, that very real reality is in the United Kingdom right now. Sorry if that gets us banned from the United Kingdom to say so, but it is so. And so I would say that Hollywood might want a war with Trump, but the war's over. He won. You can like him, you can hate him. He beat you. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 years of nonstop messaging. And the people didn't pay attention. And the people didn't care what the celebrities had to say. And now the hills of Hollywood are on fire, literally, because of mismanagement and poor politicking and poor governance. So this is over. And the Hollywood Reporter and the trades, these are the trades. These are supposed to be covering movies and TV shows.
You know, it's fascinating. One of the executive orders that came out, if we're specifically talking about the California, well, they're calling it a climate crisis issue. In fact, it was Hollywood Reporter that called Harrison Ford a climate refugee because he fled from the wildfires. But one of the executive orders that Trump signed early in the list of like 198 there was the people before fish order or something to that effect, to say that they will prioritize getting water to areas that need water over trying to save a little fishy.
What's the name of that little tiny fish that they're trying to...
The Delta smelt?
Yeah,
Nemo.
The smelt, right? Listen, there are 1,000 ways to Sunday to protect a little fish and still get water to California. That is a complete gaslighting. I mean, there is no way that in this century, I mean, we are catching rockets out of the air, and you're telling me that we can't fill reservoirs and direct rainwater into the state to be held and protect a tiny little fish. I think, it's the size of a neon tetra in your little aquarium. Like, we can do both. Come on now. That's where I stand. But Hollywood wants war with Trump. I don't think they recognize yet. It's done. Like this was over. This ended. And if you watch the faces at the inauguration of those who oppose this, who they call Orange Man Bad, they recognize it's over. I had a little bit of a chuckle looking at while Trump was giving his speech, looking at Kamala Harris and Joe Biden, because who's the ventriloquist guy? What's his name?
Jeff Dunham.
Dunham. Yeah, Jeff Dunham. Biden looked like that puppet, man. His face was so frowned down. You couldn't figure out where the ends of his mouth.
Walter.
Yeah.
He looked like Walter.
He was laid down like Walter while Trump was talking. And you just said, man, this is what defeat looks like. And conversely, you looked and said, that's what resolute victory looks like as Trump was speaking. Anyway.
It reminded me of a Friars Club roast because he was just kind of sitting there right like beside him while he was ripping on him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then Kamala, of course.
I've seen that too.
And then Kamala, of course, right next to him, who looked annoyed when things started. and then you could see the levels continue. It was a subtle change at first, but then you had Carrie Underwood directly in front of Kamala Harris during the singing of America the Beautiful. And I don't know what the political strategists are and what their views are, but if I were a person who just ran for president of the United States, if I were to be given one piece of advice, I think it should probably be smile when they sing America the Beautiful on national television.
Mm-hmm.
Well, if you want to see what war with Hollywood looks like, This is what it looks like. You tell me if they're preparing for a battle or if they're just done. Mark Hamill on Blue Sky, where nobody is. Like the celebrities left X, which has become the biggest news app on the planet. They left that. So they left the opportunity to scale up their audience, and they went to their little enclave called Blue Sky, where nobody is. And Mark Hamill, having now gone somewhere that nobody is, takes it a step further and then says, from midnight tonight until next Saturday morning, there's no TV, no internet, no social media, no nothing for me. Symbolic protest is better than none at all. 5-day blackout. They are literally posting images of black cardboard on a social media app that nobody is on with them. Now,
He finally became his version of Luke from the last 3 movies.
It's time for the Jedi to end. Oh my God.
this is
Like a child when you're scolding them and they just go like this and, they think it's not happening, but it is.
No, I can't hear you.
so there's where those are the soldiers of Hollywood. Those are the people who are going to battle on. They lost. They're, as I did on the Valiant Renegade show, and I'll do it one more time here, they're losers. And listen, we don't want to make fun of them too badly. Some of the celebrities are figuring it out. You don't have to be on the extremes. Come to the middle. You don't have to like Trump. You just can't be crazy. Stop being crazy. You don't have to become a conservative. You just got to quit being some sort of la la land person who thinks that there are 3,000 different ways of gender expression that I can't tell the difference between it and the word fashion. Like, enough of this. We don't have enough room for 3,000 different restrooms. I can't keep track of it all. It is such fun getting to spend time together, folks, but we have come to the end of yet another video. Well, that makes the mainstream scratch their heads, pull their hair out, and wonder, how is it we continue to do what we do? But you know what we do this for? It's for you. To keep bringing all the knowledge of entertainment, explaining what's going on in Hollyweird each and every day. And you can help us continue on that way by clicking the like button. Share, subscribe, click it, stick it to those algorithms. It's the notification bell. Share this out on your favorite social media platforms, and we would love to have you drop a comment right on down below. Share your thoughts because, well, your thoughts truly do matter, and we mean it. As we get ready to say goodbye, we end with the common refrain. Folks, wherever you are and whatever you're doing, keep learning, keep growing, and keep having fun.